good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you watch this video. Welcome back to Riding with Bcray. I am Bcray, and on my way to work, we talk about whatever we want to talk about as I ride. I've been doing this for a minute now, so let's continue. If you are new to my channel, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Keyword is comment and subscribe. So take a minute, go ahead and click the red button down there somewhere. Click the red button and subscribe to the channel. OG subscribers, thanks for coming back. Let's jump into today's video, which I don't know what we're gonna talk about today because I haven't been keeping up with anything these past 2 weeks. So what has been going on in my life? I know y'all are wondering, like, what is going on in my life? Like, I was pushing out videos and then suddenly they're starting to slow down. So here's the tea. First off, you see my hair is a mess. My beautician is can't squeeze me in right now, so hopefully she squeezed me in today and I have my hair back looking decent. But you know, the afro is not, rocking this afro is not too bad. But anyway, that's not what I want to do. So what's been going on with me? All right, so when I was pushing videos out pretty good, I had just started working, and then my classes were going pretty good. Those of y'all who are not tracking, I am taking 6 classes. 2 from HPU, well, 2 from Capilano Community College, working on my paralegal certificate, and then 3 is from Hawaii Pacific University, trying to finish up my bachelor's degree in criminal justice. In your mind, you're asking, why am I taking 6 classes and working a full-time job? All right, so here's the deal. I don't know that I tell y'all this or not, but I'm just gonna do it up and out. So I have been working on this criminal justice degree for roughly, God knows now, I've been working on it for a minute. So I am so close that I can see the completion of my criminal justice degree. But there is this program called VRNE, vocational something resources, right? So what it is by the VA, and it pays the veteran to go to school for a job training for a job that they want. And for an example, I wanted to do criminal justice, but there was not enough time for VRNE to cover my criminal justice degree because I'll be done with it before the year is even out. Well, I'll be done with it before I'll be a whole year. So I had to find something different. So I decided to do paralegal services, which was close enough to criminal justice. So VRNE said we'll cover that, but we won't cover your criminal justice. So what I was not gonna do is put my criminal justice degree on the back burner since I was so close to finishing. Like, people, I'll be done with this degree by summertime of next year. That's how close I am to it. Like, I have these 3 classes, and I have like 1 more class come January, then I'm done with this degree, Lord willing. So I said I would just do student loan to finish up my criminal justice degree, and then once that's done, I'll be strictly focused on my paralegal studies. So that's why I have so many classes, all right? So it was pretty easy at first. I would do my homework, and then I would just knock out YouTube. It'll be YouTube in the morning as I drive to work like this, and then on Wednesday or Thursday, I'll record my 411 news, edit, drop it Friday. And then for this, I'll record this on Wednesday, and I'll record this on Monday or Tuesday, edit it, and then drop it on Wednesday. But there was a monkey wrench thrown in there, and I forgot about it. I have in-person class on Thursday, so that kind of just throws a monkey wrench into everything. In-person class on Thursday, and then once I have an in-person class on Thursday, that goes from 5:30 in the afternoon to 9 o'clock at night. So by the time I get home, grab some dinner or try to get something to eat, shower, get my clothes laid out for tomorrow, and then boom, in bed so I can be up and ready to go to work at I gotta be at work at 7:45. So that's what kind of finagled or kind of threw a monkey wrench into scheduling for how I record. Now I'm trying to find that soft spot to where I can record. I look at I might look at the weekends, but I try to do the weekends for me. I try to have my weekends for me to where I can just relax, do some things that make me happy, and then but that's not working either. So I'll figure it out. But people, I promise you I'll figure it out. I just don't know how the schedule's gonna go yet, so we'll see. But for those of y'all that does, I will be going home in December. This is my first trip home in over 2 years. I haven't went home in 2 years, people. So this will be my first trip home. I will drag y'all along with me. I'll try to take y'all through everything, airport, airplane. It's gonna be rough. So I think my trip is, I think my flight itinerary is Hawaii, DC, Norfolk. And I think that's the trip. That's gonna be a long trip, but it's gonna be okay. Like I said, I haven't been home in a while. I'm just trying to make sure Nina is taken care of before I bounce, and the house is good before I bounce as well. So yeah, a lot of people have been asking, how's my transition been? Like, how's my transition been between leaving the military and understanding or getting the civilian life understood? So I'll walk you through that, and then that'll be the video for today. So for those of y'all that was at tracking, I left the military. I was officially a civilian on October the 18th, or a veteran on October 19th, right? And when did I really stop working? June, July time frame when I really stopped working altogether. That the transition has been, I'm not gonna sit and tell you the transition was easy, because I would be lying if I told you the transition was so easy, because it wasn't. I had one of my best friends on island tell me, she was like, and y'all met her, that's Jen. She told me, you need to start taking time off to separate yourself from work, so when you do finally step away from work, the transition will be easier. And I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. But y'all know I'm a hard-headed individual. I'm hard-headed, that's all outdoors. So I actually took her advice, right? So I think I took like a 2 weeks leave here. No, I didn't. I did. I took a week of leave here. I worked for a week. Took a week of leave, then I worked for a week. And then once my first arm rotated out, I just stopped coming to work. Right? Well, okay, let me rephrase how I said that. I didn't stop coming to work. I had to prepare myself for retirement. That's what I did. I started preparing myself for retirement. And there was other things I had to do. As I was taking that time off of work, getting to know me, getting to know myself again, like refinding who I am and what I do and who was me before the military and what the military has formed me into. That was that time. And a lot of people don't understand, you need that time, right? You truly need that time, because the military will, I'm not saying the military will break you, because I would not use that word. The military will change who you are and the person you are, right? Because everything is like on a schedule, right? Now, when you're getting out or you're becoming a veteran, all that changes. Like, you're no longer on a schedule. It's like you can do whatever you want to do, and you just gotta break yourself out of that mindset to be like, everything has to be like this. And that was one of my issues. Like, everything has to be dress, on time, talk to me a certain way, the whole 9 yards, right? That was the biggest part of that transition. Like, and then refinding out who Daryl is. Like, who is Daryl? No one cares about Sergeant Brinkley anymore. No one cares about Sergeant Brinkley, the military person. Like, who is Daryl? Like, who is he? Like, what makes him happy? What do he do now that you have all this time on your hand? Now that you are responsible for nobody but you. I'm responsible for one person, and that's my fur baby. I'm responsible for her. But other than that, I'm responsible for nobody. There's no one calling your phone. There's no one texting you. There's no one being like, hey, I got these problems. It is just you. And then that's the hard part. Refining who you are as an individual. Refining what makes you happy without the military. That was the biggest part of this transition. And I'm still going through that transition. It is now October. It is now, what month we in? November. And I am still going through that transition. Who am I? Finding my identity as a civilian. That's the core of getting out. Even though the military gives you all these classes, they give you all these classes to be successful. And they do. They don't give you the class of finding out who you are again. And that's the hardest part. But I'm doing pretty good at finding out who I am. I'm finding out what now makes me happy, what now makes me sad, what my triggers are now. The stuff outside of the military. Because most of my triggers now are just stuff just don't go right the way I want it to go. They are my triggers. They used to be they used to be a lot worse, but I think now they're better triggers. Well, I'm getting better with those triggers. And then making new friends. That I think that's the big part, is making new friends. Or I won't even call them friends. I'll say making new associates. Because in my mind, I have enough. I have way more than enough friends. I have way more than enough associates. I have way more than I need. But I also believe that you always have that inner circle that you keep very, very small. The inner circle are the people that loves you more than anything else. That's not family, right? And then you have that outer circle who is just associates. People who are in your life for this, that, and the third, right? And I think the outer circle of associates is what I need to rebuild on, because most of my outer circle of associates was all military people. There was all military people here in Hawaii, but I think I've chopped a lot of that down to like very few people now. So I have to work on that one. But that's the biggest piece that is the biggest piece of coming out of the military. And that transition right there, that is the biggest piece. Like job wise, I think I did fairly good finding a job. I won't even say I think I'll say I was just blessed to get that job as quick as I did, because someone asked me. So okay, for those of y'all don't want, like I said, I think I told y'all I'm a judicial clerk, right? So instead, someone asked me like, why didn't I go and get an Intel job that pays $100,000, something like that a year, this, that, and the third. And then I told them, the first thing I told them, all money is not happy money. And they looked at me weird when I said it. And let me explain it, because I know y'all look at me like, what the world are you talking about? You can have all the money in the world. You can have $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, $1 million a year, whatever. But that doesn't always mean you're going to be happy with that money. It will make your bank account fat. You can buy everything. You can buy Teslas, BMWs, the Hummers, and clothes, and Versace, and all that stuff. But the question is, are you happy with the job you're doing, or are you just chasing that bag? Me, I prefer to have money, but I prefer my happiness over money. And like I said, y'all can look at me weird, and y'all can let me know down in the comments, do you understand what I just said when I said, like, I prefer happiness over money. I prefer my insanity over money. Like, Intel is nice. I enjoy Intel or geospatial when I was in. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every bit of it. But the problem is, like, it is taxing on you. It is very taxing on you because of the information you ingest, but you can't talk about it. The job I do now, I can ingest all this information and I can talk to you about it. I'm thinking about doing a segment on crimes here in Hawaii while I'm here, you know what I'm saying? Crimes here in Hawaii, because they are funny. But that's what I mean, and that's what I mean. And this job doesn't pay much. And when I say that, I mean it. It does not pay much. I am like this much above minimum wage. This much above minimum wage. But I'm blessed to have incomes from other places, so it doesn't bother me too much. Plus, it gives me a glimpse into the criminal justice life. It gives me a glimpse into experience when working with criminal justice. It gives me that glimpse into, I can put that on my resume now, so when I do go to mainland, I have a degree, I have criminal justice experience working, and I am more competitive on mainland. Being competitive here in Hawaii is not that complicated, but it's harder on the mainland, and that's why I kind of set this what I'm calling it, this path for myself, and that was the main reason for doing it. And then once again, it's part of that. It goes back to part of that transition, right? It's part of that transition into getting out of what I'm so comfortable to and making myself uncomfortable. Ooh, yeah, making myself uncomfortable. And sometimes you have to make yourself uncomfortable to find out who you really are. And that's the biggest part of this whole transition. That is the biggest part of now finding out who I am. I think I will be done with this. I call this transition phase, right? And I believe next year around this time, I will be completely done with my transition phase. I'll be completely done with it. And I will know more about me. But knowing you is an ongoing thing. So it's an ongoing thing. But I think the bulk of that transition will be done around this time next year. That'll be the biggest bulk of this whole transition. But anyway, that's all I really want to talk about. If you are a veteran, let me know down in the comment, how did your transition go from military to civilian? What are some advice you can give to people that's about to get out? And what advice do you give to people that's already out? My biggest piece of advice I can give to someone that's already out or that's about to get out: find out who you are. Find out who you are. Take the military out of it and just find out really who you are and what makes you happy now without the military. But anyway, people, like I said, that's going to be the end of this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. A lot of people keep watching videos, but you're not subscribing, and I got beef with you. I feel some kind of way. It's like you're looking in my window, but you're not coming in. So please take the time. Go ahead and subscribe. There's a lot more coming. As soon as I get my schedule, I have ideas here. I just got to put them out there, put them on paper, get them ready to go, hit the record button. That's all I got to do, hit the record button. But anyway, please go ahead, like, subscribe, and hit those comments. OG subscribers, please, let's get down in the comments. Let's chit chat, let's talk, and share this with people. People need to know Bcray and Bcray fam is out here. We're trying to take over YouTube, and we can do it. We're trying to take over YouTube TV. Bcray TV is where it's coming. Bcray TV is on the horizon.